Testing, can you hear me? Start video, start video.
I can hear you.
Perfect. Now,
So can I.
nice, nice. Let me get this thing, start my video, start video. Where's my video? Video. How come you don't see me here? Stop video. What's my video? Oh, I'm in the wrong camera. There you go. See ya. I'm in Hawaii. Can you see me in Hawaii? Okay, this has got to stop it. Okay, right over here. Let's fix this over here. Okay, it's 9 o'clock. Okay, let's see. Can you see me? Can you see my
Yes.
video? Good. Okay. Luckily, you only have to see me this one time. Let's take a look and, geez, I forgot how to do this. Okay. Let's do it. All right. Let me share my screen. Share my screen with share screen. Right there. Share. Okay, you see the Zoom? See the Zoom? Okay. Welcome. This is Tony Silvestri, and I am going to be your instructor for Algebra 1 and Algebra 2. There's 2 classes. I'm sharing this one video for 2 classes because it really doesn't make a difference whether you're in Algebra or Algebra 1 or Algebra 2, the way the course runs. So let's take a look at what you're expected to do here. So what you're always going to do is you're going to go to your Blackboard, and I click there. Oh, of course, it's got it. I don't want to update right now. Of course, it's always wants to update in the wrong times. Okay, let's go ahead and type in stick.blackboard.com. That's your home base for this entire course. Okay, don't go to any other places like My Math Lab or anything else. This is your home base. And then what you're going to do is you're going to sign in, probably with your Stick login account. That's probably going to be the easiest way to do this. You sign in, and you're not going to see all, these are all my courses that I'm teaching here, but let's try Algebra 1. Doesn't really matter. Okay, Algebra 2, it's the same, the course runs the same way. So let me click on that. You're going to click on something like that, and you're going to see a screen that pretty much looks like this, and that's me. And I have office hours. That's virtual because everything in this world is now virtual because, you know, it's the way life is now. I've been in this world for 63 years, never seen it this bad. But I guess things will only get better, right? But in the meantime, if you ever want to talk to me about math, that's all I'm good for, by the way. Don't talk to me about anything else, like personal problems and stuff. I can't even fix my own stuff, my own life. So just math, I'm good at. Pretty good at math. So just wake up 8 o'clock, 8:50. Okay, I'll be online, and you don't need any password. Just click that link, and you're good to go, and we could talk about some math. Okay. Now, this is the home page. There's going to be some tutors. The tutors, as far as I know, the STEM Center has tutors. These are the guys that are working, but it really doesn't matter because you don't know who these guys are anyway. So if you want to book a tutor, just do what it says here. Email the STEM Center, tell them who you are, what course you're in. Okay, remember, this is the course number right there. Tell them what course number you're in, and they'll schedule a tutor with you to do this. But I really believe, not that I want to blow my own horn here, but some people, a lot of people, you can't make everybody happy, but I would say a good 90% of the people that have taken this course, and we started doing this during last summer. Last summer is when the COVID thing really hit, and we had to make our courses online. I made a bunch of videos. on this course, and that's what you're seeing now, a bunch of videos on the stuff. And since then, we've got maybe 6 or 7 sections that went through the Algebra 1, Algebra 2 online. And for the most part, nobody quit the class. People did well. People did well in the class by looking at the videos and doing the homework. You got to do the homework. There's no two ways about it. The homework that's imperative. People failed because they didn't do anything. But if you do a little bit each day, you're going to be good to go. Just a little bit each day is what you have to do. Let's see. This recording is not appropriate for you. I'm recording this as we speak, so I'm going to post this recording for the people that didn't make it. But the first thing that you're going to need to do is link the Blackboard, which is what we're on now, to the My Math Lab. My Math Lab is another website where all the questions are located, all the homework, all the quizzes, and all the exams are located. And you got a link to that site. And it's not a hard thing to do. I click on that. This is by the way, this is on the home page of when you log in. Welcome. And actually, a lot of this you won't even see. Let me just enter student view. This is what you're going to see. The instructions are there. You're going to click on this. I think I emailed these instructions to a bunch of people about a week ago. And it's not really all that much that you have to do. Okay, it says sign into Blackboard, which is what we did. Do one of the following. Select any Pearson link. Forget that. How about select tools? Select tools. Here's tools. Select those tools. Click it. Select it. Okay. Now what else does it say? Pearson and choose the Pearson My Lab and Mastery. Pearson My Math and Mastery. Click that. It's then the next thing it says is click any of the link on the top area. Click any course link at the top. I really wish they just had one link that says click here to register. I don't know what it would have killed them to do that, but because whenever you say click any link, you get nervous about which link should I pick. Okay, just pick any link, and I wish they would have done it better. But hey, pick any link. Okay, I'm gonna pick this one. Okay, and you're gonna go to a registration screen. Now, if you've never used this system before, Pearson, My Math Lab, if you've never used it before, like any other website that you encounter on this is 2021. I'm sure you've registered on websites before. You're going to need to create an account. So the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to say, well, get access to your student Pearson account, enter your username and password to link accounts. Now, that only really applies is if you've already used this system before. If you've used the system before, like people in Algebra 2, chances are you may have used the system before. And then you log in with your username and password and try to remember your username and password. Okay. I can't help you with that. There's no way for me to know what your username and password is. If you don't remember it, then you're going to need to contact their customer service and go through that rigmarole to try to remember what your username and password is. Otherwise, what's going to happen is if you create a new username and password, you may have to pay for it again. That's the problem, okay? Because Aldo, this access code that you have to purchase for this class, the access code is basically proof that you paid for using the My Math Lab. And it's good for Algebra 1 and Algebra 2. So it's a 2-semester thing. So they're not going to hose you for a new access code each semester. But they're going to ask you for a username and password. You got to remember what it is. This really applies for Algebra 2. Algebra 1, no, you're gonna need to purchase the access code, create a username and password. Okay, now select an access option. Enter the access code that came with your textbook. There is no textbook, or that you or purchase separately from the bookstore. Now, if you have to use the bookstore, what you're going to get is this guy right over here, required course material access code. And this is the ISBN that you need to purchase. All they're giving you is like a little card. Well, actually, not anymore. No, what they're giving you is in the cash register receipt. On the cash register receipt, there's a code that they print out on the cash register receipt that you're going to enter into My Math Lab to prove that you paid for it. That's what you get. Before, about a year ago, they actually gave you a card, and on that card you would pull the tab, and in there the number is located. Again, it's really just to prove that you paid for My Math Lab. Don't throw that code away. Okay, don't throw it away. Just like you don't forget their username and password, because especially Algebra 1 people, you're going to take Algebra 2. You're probably going to need that for Algebra 2 next semester. Okay, and so let's go back here. So, okay, let's see. What we did was we followed all these steps. We got to this point, and I'm not sure why I'm not seeing it here, basically because I think I'm the instructor. Right below here, there's an option that would have been printed that says you get 2 free weeks access to the system. So you can go ahead and do your homework and your quizzes, whatever tests, and within the 2 weeks, you get to use the system for free. After those 2 weeks, you get to use one of these 2 options. Okay, enter the access code from the bookstore, and I can guarantee you buying it online is cheaper. Guarantee it. Okay, bookstore, they have their overhead. They have to deal with it. Some people have to go through the bookstore because of financial aid stuff, but I don't know what the problem is. But don't get too scared about this. Algebra 1, you get 2 semesters. So it's $52 as opposed to $104. Think of it that way. Okay, so one or the other, enter it, and you only have to do this once. So, and that's it, you're done. After that, there's going to be a link that says go to my courses. You go right into My Math Lab and you're ready to take your quizzes and tests and stuff. So what do you think? This is how you go back to, see, I just close off the windows. You always have to go back to the home base, which is Blackboard. Blackboard's your home base. And you're going to say, okay, any questions, issues? You think you can do this? Any problems? Let me see who else is. Anybody else in here? Anybody else? There, quite a few people are made it.
Is there a sheet with all the due dates on Blackboard right now, or is it all on My Math Lab?
They're all on My Math Lab. Let me show you. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going to go in as an instructor, and what I'm going to do is go to course information, and let's see. Let's go to My Math Lab, all assignments, and everything that's pretty much due. The due dates are right over here. Okay, real numbers, Algebra 1. This is Algebra 1 that you're seeing. Algebra 2, we'll start with Chapter 6. Okay, this Algebra 1 represents chapters 1 through 5 in a certain textbook that this course was based on. And then Algebra 2 is 6 through 9 of that same textbook. But these due dates, like what you should do for these due dates is you should get by next week. By next week, see, this first week is, you just slowly build it to get used to the system, and next week you should really start honestly hitting the books and doing the problems. But you should get everything done by this 9/17. Now, these are not hard and fast due dates. They're suggested due dates. What happens is if you don't get these things done by the 17th, the suggested due date, then you should consider yourself maybe falling behind, and you don't want to do that. Okay, you don't want to do that, because especially with math, don't put it off. People do. That's what happens. That's how you fail. Okay, people put it off and think that God is going to inspire them the very last day of class to all of a sudden become Einsteins and they blow up. It doesn't happen. That's only in the movies you see that kind of stuff. Okay. Where obviously, you know, a guy gets hit by a lightning bolt and he's a genius. Okay. Nah, it doesn't work that way. So what I would suggest you do is, I mean, right off the bat, what I would do is register, link the course, and I gotta believe you should be able to bang out these first object. I mean, the first few assignments, you already know how to add numbers, positive and negative numbers. I gotta believe you know, do it, get it done, put that in the bank. Okay, because stuff will get harder toward the end. Okay, stuff will get harder toward the end. So just take the time to do the stuff that you can do right away and get that stuff done. So you could see that these are homework assignments. Okay, this is a quiz. This is the way it's structured. You got homeworks and this is a quiz. Quiz 1A is based on these previous homework assignments. Okay, if I click on this, let's do this homework problem right over here. I click on that. And I got, oh my God, 20 questions. It looks like a lot, but usually it's just short answer stuff like that. So what question number 1? Let's do this. Okay, I don't know if you could see this. Make it a little bit bigger. Express the quantity as a positive or negative number. During the year, a person saves $1,350. I guess that's a positive, right? Positive. You could write plus 1,350. You could do that. That's what I did. I just entered the number right into the system. Plus, if it's plus, you don't really need to put the plus in there. The only time you need to put the sign is when it's a negative. So by default, it's positive. Okay, so I hit that, check my answer. Nice. Hey, I got that one right. See, this is what I'm saying. I bet you can do the first few problems right off the bat, the first few homework assignments. Okay, and then you go to the next question and do the next thing. Okay. The record low temperature for the date is 18 below zero. Below zero probably means minus 18.9. Okay, but I'm going to get it wrong to show you what happens. It's not going to abuse you or call you an idiot or whatever. It's going to say something like let's get rid of that. Negative 18. We'll get it wrong. Check your answer. Oh, that's incorrect. You get money. You get 3 or 4 times to do this over again. I'm convinced this is the right answer. No. Final check. That's incorrect. And then you got a similar question. Okay. Get a similar question. Okay. Let's see. The record high is 100 degrees. Okay. 100.5 degrees above zero is positive. I get that one right. And you move on. And you move on. Okay, that's all this is. That's all this course is. So let me go backwards, though. Let me go backwards. Leave. Oh, this is how you leave. Close the book. Close the thing. Really, what you should do when you do any type of homework, okay, you go to course. This course content is where you are going to spend the majority of your time. Course content. This is laying out everything that you need to know, like real numbers. Unit 1, there's 42 units. I call them units, but basically a unit is a homework assignment or a quiz or an exam. That's all it is. Unit 1, if you're ready to take that, you go there and this is what you're going to learn in that unit. You can go to that My Math Lab has a media library. If you want to read something like read the chapter, you can go ahead and go to course information, and you can go here, course home, mastery course home. See, notice I'm always going to my Blackboard, my Math Lab through through Blackboard. Okay, so let's take a look. Media library. This is where the textbook is. If you want to learn about the stuff, let's go here. Select everything. Why not select everything? See what you got. And there's all sorts of stuff. Like if you want the textbook, right there, if you want to read about math, come on, baby. Do it. Okay, there's your textbook right there. If you want to go ahead and read it. So everything is in, that's why just textbooks are gone. I mean, but paper is passe. You're never going to see paper much anymore. I don't think I bought a book in the last 7 or 8 years. It's all online PDFs, and this is what you got. So how did I get there? Okay, course information. Okay, oh, well, I take the course information. Look at this directly. Let me suggest a technique that you could use to pass the homework sets. Let me make it bigger. Let me suggest a technique. This is how people pass this class. Okay, like it says here, my videos pretty much go over the homework questions. Okay, basically they go over the homework questions. What I did was I went through, I started up my math lab. I did homework 1.1. Then I started the video and did the homework and described how I would solve these problems. Start the video that has to do with this. Stop it after question 1. Go ahead and answer the question. Then you're going to get a question 1. It's not going to be exactly the same. It'll probably be different numbers, okay, different wording, but it's not going to be exactly the same. So I don't feel too bad about doing this. It's not going to be exactly the same numbers. It'll be the same type of problem with different numbers. When you do that problem, start the video and watch my solution to question 2. Stop the video, have something to drink here between questions, and then repeat until the homework is done. Take a break. You got it done. You don't have to get it off. When you're doing homework, you don't have to sit there and do the entire thing at once. I suggest you do, just, get it done. What I would do then is after you get your 90 or 100, take a break, go on to do the next assignment, the next unit. All right. And then I would also don't stress out and obsess about getting 100. Just pass the homework. You can always go back and you can if you do a homework assignment and you get an 80, say, you can never do worse than an 80. You can always retake the homeworks, the quizzes, the exams as many times as you want, unlimited times, unlimited. So the first time you do your exam, and the exam you got an 80, you can keep the 80. But why keep the 80 when there's a possibility that you can get a 90 or 100? Take it again. It's not going to be the same test. Okay. Same type of questions, but you can take it over again and over again until you get the grade you like. Okay. That's why you can't, you really can't fail this unless you just don't do anything. You do this over, there's no time limits. Okay. The due dates are suggested due dates. The one thing I'm going to hold to you is that once this course is done, sometime in December, I forgot the exact date, December, I don't know, 17th or something like that. I don't remember the exact date. Then the course is done, over. Okay, we get a divorce, we're done. Okay, there's no extensions beyond that because there's no reason. There really isn't any reason unless you're sick, and that's possible. Today, if you're sick, then you're going to need to go to the dean of students, and then they'll contact me, and then we'll figure out some way to get you an extension. Okay, but it's a whole thing. But that's how you succeed in this class. There's the syllabus. There's your syllabus. If you want to copy it. That's everything that has to do with the class. You can go ahead and read it. The big thing is maybe the percentages that might be worth looking at. Like the homework counts 30%, quizzes 20%, exams 50%. Okay, and you can read the rest. That's kind of boring. So let's go to the course content. course content. Okay, I would say for sure, go in the order that these units are presented. Unit 1 before you go to Unit 2, Unit 3. Math builds on previous chapters, okay? So I don't know what goes on people's heads. I had one person from last semester started here and then went to over here and bounced all over on it. I lost IQ points trying to figure out what this person was doing, okay? And there's no reason for that. Math, this is you know why you do math is to force yourself to think orderly, follow rules. Okay, this is not English. English is something where you can, you know, some people have the power to express themselves in English, but you know, there's no rules in English other than syntax rules, how to form a sentence. But there's no real right or wrong in an English type course. Math is not the same. There's only one answer that's correct. Okay, and you have to force your mind to logically progress through the rules to get the end answer. That's why nurses require Algebra 2. Are they going to be doing Algebra 2 in on the job? Are they going to do math equations in a COVID ward? Of course not. Okay, but I got to believe that after Algebra 2, maybe your mind is thinking orderly. You want serious, orderly people to take care of you and your children and whatever. That's why math is a requirement. It's not to give me a job. I can always find a job. It's to force people to think clearly, because you don't want a nurse that can't do Algebra 2. I really wouldn't want. I want that person to touch me. Okay, especially now. Eventually, I'm going to be touched. Okay, so I want somebody that can read and can understand numbers and to think logically a little bit. Okay, so these are the homeworks. These are the homeworks. This quiz is basically a little bit of all these homeworks. So there's nothing new with the quiz. There's absolutely nothing new with the quiz. Okay. Say you want to do addition of real numbers. You got that done. You go through they're all structured pretty much the same. There's a video. There's this link brings you right to the video on how to add numbers. Okay. And this link brings you right to the homework. Right to the homework 1.2. It's a direct link where you could start your homework. All right. There's no discussion boards. Don't worry about discussion boards. If you see a link called discussion boards, don't disregard it. I'm going to, it's hidden from you, but I think I got rid of all the ones that were in there. So, yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
I'm doing Algebra 2, but most of this I see based on Algebra 1.
Yeah, this is all I'm going over right now is how the course works.
Okay.
It's not,
Thank you.
We're not going into any direct algebra questions. It's how this course works in general, and it works the same for Algebra 1 and Algebra 2. It's all.
Thank you.
The only reason I do Algebra 1 is Algebra 1 people probably need a little bit more help than Algebra 2 people. I noticed with Algebra 2, 15 people already did the linkage. So for the most part, Algebra 2 people are one more semester wiser, okay, and they know what they're pretty much doing with the course. Only one person registered did the actual linkage in Algebra 1, so that's why I'm picking Algebra 1 as a way to help out the majority of the people.
Thank you.
Sure. But yeah, I guess it's all each of these units have are structured the same way. There's your video, right to the video. There's your homework. Then go on to the next homework, unit 1, unit 2. Now quizzes, there's nothing new. You'll notice it's really cheap. There's no video or nothing, because it's based on a little bit of chapter of 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. take the quiz. And that's another thing. I don't know why people, a lot of people, a good percentage of people don't want to do quizzes. They do the homeworks, great, and they get good grades. And then they go on to the next set of homework questions, but don't do the quiz. Why? Just do the quiz, because it counts more than the homework does. So just do the quiz. Okay, now the problem with quizzes is once you start a quiz, you have to finish it. You have to finish it. Homework, you can stop. If you get bored, you can stop and go to the Big E, come back and then do the rest of the homework. Quizzes, you have to finish it. All right, and you can't continue until you finish it. So that's the big deal there. So let's go back to course content. And that's the way it is. Look at this. The next sections, oh my God, there's 5 sections for the next quiz. 5 sections. They're short quizzes. They look like a lot, but they're short. There's not much to these things. That's why there's a lot of these sections. But quiz 1B deals with sections 1-4, 1-8 through 1-8. Do the quiz. When's the exam? Next chapter 2, quiz 2A, chapter 2B. There's the exam. Exams, and it sounds like it sounds scary, but an exam is basically a little bit of everything that you see above. 20 questions, a little bit of this section, a little bit of that section. And it's the same type of questions you've seen. They're called computer generated. There's no gotchas. Okay, they don't introduce a new topic in any of these exams or quizzes. They're literally rehashes of what you've seen before. And so that's the way it works. And then even an exam you could take over and over and over again until you get the grade that you like. And if you get an 80 and the second time you get a 60, you still got the 80, the better of all the grades. Okay, you can never do worse. Never do worse. Again, I have to reiterate. The only way to fail this class is if you don't do anything. Okay, that's the only way to fail it. So you got to sort of do a little bit each day. Do a unit each day, and even that might be too many. There's 42 units. Okay, if you look at the due dates on my math lab, it tells you I give you a liberal amount of time to do all these units. But if you fall behind. If you go, like the 17th is the first 7, these first 4 things should be due by 17th, and it's September 20th, you're 3 days behind. Because you should be on to this section at this point. So don't do that. That's it. Okay, for Algebra 1. Okay, Algebra 2 doesn't have this. There's a challenge exam. Okay. There's a challenge exam. This challenge exam for Algebra 1, 20 questions long, total, completely optional. If you pass it with an 80, you can quit this class and go right to Algebra 2. Okay? But you got to tell me. You got to email me, tell me you passed it, and then I got to send your name and the student ID number to whoever, and they'll if you want to go on to Algebra 2, go to Algebra 2. I have another section, as you can tell, I have another Algebra 2. We can put you in that section, or you can go to another section. It doesn't really matter to me. Okay, so that's just to get so maybe some people just took the placement exam and just blew it off. And there's a couple of people probably pass it, and they probably should have been in Algebra 2. Okay, so it takes some time. If you're really bad at math, and you know who you are, maybe you shouldn't bother wasting my time doing it. But if you're good at math and you got placed here and you think you should have gotten better, there's your opportunity to jump up right off the bat. Algebra 2 doesn't have a challenge exam, so sorry. And that is it, my friends. That's it. Now, if you get this is the only lecture, quote unquote, that we're going to have. Okay. It's the only lecture that we're going to have is my introductory lecture. You're on your own. There's no other lectures. You watch my videos. You watch my videos.
Professor,
Yes.
The challenge question is one. The challenge exam, we can do it in the beginning of the semester or?
Oh, you gotta do it, you gotta do it by the end of this week.
End of this week, okay.
Let's see. Oh, January, that's not the right thing. I gotta set the date. It's gotta be done the 10th.
Sorry,
It's gotta be done by the 10th of September.
September 10th.
Yeah,
So if we got higher than 80, we can move
then
to.
you email me,
Okay,
and you tell me that you passed it. I verify it, then I go ahead and talk to, or send an email with your name and your student ID number. Make sure you give me your student ID number. And then they'll remove you from the class and they'll put you in Algebra 2.
oh, that's good.
Yeah, I want to make people happy here.
Mm-hmm.
I make people, but I'm not so why. I gotta fix this. This doesn't make any sense. I gotta fix that. All right, let's go back here.
Excuse me, Professor.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't used it yet.
Can you take the challenge exam more than once?
No,
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Hold on,
Thank you.
Hold on.
yeah, once,
Take a monkey.
once. What else? If you want, if you think you would need, you think, go on, go. You know, schools are gonna go away eventually. There's not gonna be a stick in another 20 years. Okay, you know what there's gonna be? It's gonna be University of YouTube. Okay, go on YouTube, look for a challenge exam for Algebra 1. If you can pass one of those challenge exams on YouTube, then you can take this, if that's what you need to practice. Okay, because the reality of life is there's only gonna be two companies left, Amazon and YouTube. Okay, no more colleges. UMass is gone. Every college is gonna be gone. It's gonna be the University of Amazon, the University of YouTube. Okay, and I'm lucky I'm old. I'll be gone by then. Okay, so I'm done. I feel bad for you guys. Okay, I feel bad for you guys because your lives are gonna be a lot more complicated than mine. But that's okay. You're young and you can endure. Anything else? Okay, I wish you luck. Enjoy, do well in algebra, and good luck. We'll see you. Well, I'm not gonna see you, but if you need to contact me, just email me. My office hours are here if you want to talk to me about math or whatever. Okay. All right, guys.
Thank you.
One,
Thank you.
Professor.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor.
Take care.
Mhm.